Yeah, I need to find the code for it and just update the code. So
You
search
might not
service.
have access to it. Well, the YAML's right here. I
Okay.
don't think I
So
don't think
it's
we can edit the YAML. We can view it, and we can view the logs. I'm pretty sure that Jeremy has the rights to edit this stuff, but so this is kind of how it's put together. They put the what needs to be done. I'm guessing that's the image we run it in.
So it's part of the search service, perhaps.
Yeah, I looked in the search service and I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm working in right now. So
no, it might be YML, not YAML, like spelled out YAML. No.
Yeah, let's find window. So local, that's not what we need. The base. And get test.
Yeah, those are integration tests. Run cluster, set up cluster, that's different.
Yeah.
Probably have some other projects that we're not aware about.
I think likely. Like when you look in work order, there's nothing here about cron jobs. I searched for cron. There's nothing in here saying cron. But
so could it be in GitLab somewhere?
Could be. It could be, or I mean, I hate to say it, but
we have 1,000+ projects there.
Yeah, but what I've noticed is people have no problem changing stuff in here. Like, who knows? Maybe it was created in here and we just don't have the
search service cron. Maybe it's
we can import the YAML. I don't know where from. I'm kind of afraid. You can download the cube.
Yeah, config. I found the project.
Did you?
Yeah.
That was great.
No, you gave me the biggest clue. So honestly, it's like I was totally clueless initially, but now I can see the project if I can put it in.
Yeah, this is it. Screen. Let's see.
Yeah, I can share the screen as well. So it's search service cron, because you were looking at the cron job and inside of it we had the YAML that was saying search service cron. So this is it. And then somewhere here we have that cron job.
Cron job YAML is probably it right there.
And nothing else. Base and you have dev. You only have YAML files. No, that's not it then. Because you only have YAML files. Okay, so what do they say? Runs a cron to call the search service sync by virtue of Kubernetes cron job.
Organizers and customizers a single basement with patches for yeah. So basically, you have a base file, and then this one here, like so. If you look at the cron, right? You'll see this is basically the one I just showed you. Well, actually, no, it's not. But anyhow, so this is.
So it's getting search service.
The cron job. This is the call that the cron job is doing.
It's doing that to the search service. So search service should have something like.
Oh, they'll have the actual. Yeah.
Ingest data. Here we go. Swagger.
That's Swagger API.
And
data controller, probably. There it is.
Yep. Ingest data, and what did we have over there? Ingest nightly. So, index nightly, sorry. Oh, that's the index. No, we're not looking for the index. Oh no, that's the index. No, we're good. So index nightly, here you go. Where do we use this? Data ingest service, start data ingest nightly. That's all cool. But work order queue ingester, here you go. This is it. And I need to find the SQL for that to modify, and that's would be my work that I need to do, I think. Where can I find the SQL that would do the trick? I don't know, I'm not sure.
Oh, they want you to change the SQL?
I need to change the SQL. So the problem is we're ingesting everything right now. Where's the ticket? You send me the ticket, right? You send me this one.
No, that's not the ticket.
No, that's not the ticket. That's not the ticket. I sent you the ticket. You're right.
Yeah, that one there.
I thought that you sent me back that ticket. Let me see. So here it says when search service keeps updates from WA, it is dependent on nightly cron job to sync with database. Existing implementation goes over historical data as well, not only recently updated. Team will add extra query parameter to existing. What's the ESPM? That's us? Existing endpoint. Yeah, it's the ESP. Yeah.
I don't think that's us, is it?
No, it's the enterprise service platform services.
Okay.
I think it's us. Existing point that will return only work orders that were modified or created since given epoch time.
Okay.
So we will have an extra parameter that will have the epoch time or since epoch time, right? Something along those lines, and then it will just grab that. It will update just with that. That's what it will be. So the question is, where's the SQL for that? Would be over here.
I just did do Control Shift F and then .SQL. It's not really helping me much.
I'm not sure it would be embedded SQL. It might be something like select. No, cannot find that. JSON, data JSON. Not sure, cannot find it. But at least,
yeah, it's got to be here somewhere.
Yeah. Iterable, iterator, work order service. Yeah. Ingester, but it's not apparent where that SQL is. But at least you gave me a tremendous boost, so now I can try to find out where that SQL would be. If we would have the model or something. SQL listener. Why do SQS listener? No, it's not SQL, SQS. Yeah, I think I'll try to go from here. Might be in config, like you were saying, SQL file or something like that. The main work order. No, that's the domain, not the model. Exception.
it might be an Elasticsearch, not just plain SQL.
But it's getting the data from the you're saying that might be the requirement is no, but it's ingesting from what? From the database probably, no?
No, I'm in the ingester right now. Like I went through the ingester and yeah, there's a Elastic Data Ingestion Service. Ingest index comes from the data controller. So we were looking at the data controller. Start data ingestion. And as param of index, which is what you did, right? And there's allowable values.
Where you can you share your screen?
Yeah. You'll have to stop sharing yours.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So in here, right? And then the only thing it does here is it starts data ingestion nightly. And then it's an interface. So I go Control-Alt-P. And it says nightly list for each. So what's nightly list? It's a modifiable list. It's an unmodifiable list. Okay. It was ingest index. Then there's get ingester index. And there's a create index. So I'm not sure. And there, Elasticsearch bulk index, refresh index, search update alias. So I don't know anything about Elasticsearch.
No, so it's a bulk index. That's where we have to look into. Create index is just creating an index. It does nothing. Or refresh.
Yeah, so there's this thing here that says, see on line 54.
Yeah.
There's the get ingester index, and then there's a bulk index where we send that, the answer to that. So I'm not sure what we're doing with that. So in here, certs it's not empty, and ingester equals ingesters.get. Okay, so that's just returning an ingester. I'm guessing.
Right.
Because that's just a map. And then returning that map value.
So it's a get ingester index is just an index that we created, I guess. That we created in the previous step. By the way, all of that stuff is like total BS. We should have not parameterized, but have something like arrow or so, where we will be able to set up the steps, and instead of coding it over here, I don't understand why we're doing that, but it's like for the later improvement somewhere.
Like a big job.
Yeah. So because these steps are the same all the time, so it's like, why do we want to write them in the code? We can write them in a, I don't know, property file or something like that, right? And then just keep them there. But I don't know, whatever. So bulk index, that's the one that actually creates the index, that actually generates the data or does something with the data.
So we have an iterable. So we're sending in an iterable.
But where we're getting that iterable
search data, which is the iterable here. I'm not sure how that happens, but and then of course we're sending index name. Make sure it's not empty. And there's the bulk index here again. Not sure what that does.
Oh, it's just a method. It's just a separate, different method.
Yeah.
They
I'm
change.
just trying to see if there's any SQL at the end of this.
Right. No, it's they adding the map to index request document. So what's the document?
Response equals REST high level client.
No, I think you're going too far. What's the document? Go a little bit up. You see where we're sending the document bulk request dot add, and then we have map request, and then we have document. We don't care about map to request, but where is document coming from? Document is part of the data. Where do we get the data? Data is part of the bulk index that we
in this call.
So where we're getting the data from? That's the thing. That's the culprit. That's the crux of it. Okay.
Yeah, this is it. So data, it's just a new array list with data in it, and what's data here?
Yeah, so what's the data over there? It's a iterable, and that iterable, right. And where is that coming? It's coming from the bulk index as a second parameter. Okay, it's in that
from this guy here.
Search data, and search data is coming from where?
Which is gotten from here. And then we create an index with that search data. So that's the weird thing. When we do this one, ingesters.get index to lowercase. So ingesters is a map of search index string search index iterables, okay, which are search data. So I don't know where that gets done. So yeah, so it returns an iterable. Then we create the index with that iterable.
Yeah, so that iterable, how do we create that iterable? That's the question. That is what so hard to grasp here. So we actually get ingester, and ingester, we have different ingesters, right? An ingester get a stream.
It's auto-wired.
What is the data type for that ingester? How do we actually get the ingester into this auto-wire? That's what the question is.
Yeah.
Because what I can do, I can very easily just pass an extra parameter in that optional parameter.
Oh, it's right here. It's in the test. Sorry.
No, that's fine. It's fine. I can do that to filter that out.
The only thing that calls this because it's auto-wired.
Yeah.
So.
But auto-wired, elastic data ingestion service. So that I need to understand how this elastic data ingestion service works. Because I think it's a Spring Elastic framework.
Probably. Service main Java Arrow Blue EMS ingester right here. Yes.
Cool. So what is that class? Yeah, you have it. ES dot elastic ingestion service. Yep, that's the class of our interest.
Which is the one we're looking at right here, but it gets passed in its ingesters.
No, we're looking at the test, but we actually need to look at the elastic.
That's not the test.
Yes.
I went for the test by mistake.
Oh, it was okay. Got it. It's the next to it. Yeah, got it.
This is the right one, but it gets passed in the ingesters, but I don't know how it does that.
Data ingestion service. What's the data ingestion service? Implements data ingestion.
That'll be an interface.
Yeah, but is that Blue? It's our interface, and our interface is interesting. Yeah, you see, it has nightly, so we cannot modify that. Oh, interesting. Allowable values. Index start
So we
data
have
injection.
nightly, right?
Yeah, but for the
If it's
nightly,
night, it's this one. Otherwise, we do this one.
yeah, you see, I have the dilemma. My dilemma is this: I can have an extra parameter and I can filter out on that parameter, saying if the data is before the date, filter that out. The problem with that, I will do that after I get the data and then I just filter that out. You see what I'm saying? I want somehow declaratively to say, give me the data only since such and such date.
Yeah, so there has to be something that we send to Elastic to find out the stuff we want.
Exactly right. Exactly right. But I think you get me on the
work plans here.
What's that?
Here's a work plan iterable.
Yeah, we have that. And that's just like a wrapper or like an extra data access object, something. Not data access object, just a VO, right? The value object. Looks like, right? It's just an iterable of the type of work plan, whatever. Work plan iterable. Wow, add users. Oh wow,
Yeah,
to
this
do.
one does nothing.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
No
So-
comments, no nothing. It's like wow.
Do plan search data builder. Set work plan head, set work plan fields.
Yeah, you see, I also can do it over here, but I don't want to do it over here. I can say if the date is before such date, don't do anything. You see what I'm saying? But I'm already getting the data. You see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to find the place where you're getting the data.
Right.
I don't know where it is.
And it might be declaratively getting the data from the Elastic. Looks like it's from Elastic. I really assumed it would be the database. Apparently it's not a database. Apparently it's another Elastic where it's getting the data from.
I think so.
Actually, let me for sure make
Too much generated code in our code too.
Oh yeah?
I think so.
Auto-generated you're talking about?
It could be GraphQL. I don't know what GraphQL is, but I mean it ends with QL.
Well, GraphQL is like, RESTful API, right?
Yeah.
With the RESTful API, you don't define what fields you want to return back. You will return all of the fields back.
Yeah.
GraphQL is similar to RESTful API, except you have to define which fields you want to be returned. Like if you had first name, last name, and middle initial, and gender, and let's say you're displaying only first name, last name, and gender, you skip the middle initials. What did you find?
I found a schema, a query.
Okay.
Output. Things they're outputting. I can see a where clause in here. So I don't know how that works. So output output.
So this one is similar to Logstash, where you're saying what you want to get back from your source, whatever the source is. So you have a query here, and that query is kind of a declarative way, right? You have input and output, right? And your input is just work plan with work plan ID. But in our case, here you go. In our case, it would be the input where you will have work plan ID, and you also will have the date.
Okay, so like this?
Something along those lines. I'm not sure how exactly they're organizing it over here. So it's query. It's a query.
Yeah, I don't think it's in the input. All that's in there is 2 strings.
You don't have the date?
No, all we have is work plan ID and work plan version.
And that's it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what if you remove the work plan ID and then work off that, like, because we don't know what's the ends and all that stuff, like that, and then let's see what it will yield. That's it?
That's it, just work plan ID and work plan version.
So the input, what's...
So, query, work plan.
Oh, so maybe we need to modify the work plan to include...
Query builder.
Is it possible in the query builder to add like a bind parameter, so to say?
Where's the builder?
Yeah.
This query, schema query.
Yeah, you see, you have work plan. What's that work plan class represents? Can you go to that work plan? Yeah. So interesting, it has a lot of parameters, but do you have getter and setter only for the... Doesn't have getters and setters at all. It's a Spring Elastic, most likely.
Work plan input argument. Yeah, we can't change this code anyway, right?
No. We should modify it as an extension to what we have.
So there's this stuff here.
Yeah, but I'm not sure how it
There's the input arguments.
Right, but I don't know how it interplays with the query.
No, me either yet.
Right.
Yeah. But there's a lot more arguments than what we had, right?
Yes. That is true.
There's title starts with, title contains, title equals, owner username equals, last version only, latest version only. So it must do something like that. Yeah. Well, hopefully you got enough to figure it out.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I didn't even know where to look at, and we looked at the cron, and from the cron we got back to our code, but now I see where in our code we have all of this mechanism of getting the data The only question is, are we getting the data from SQL or are we getting that from the Elastic? And that's the question I already posed to Jeremy. If you'll say Elastic, I know further that I don't need to look at the SQL. I need to look at the existing code that we have that actually goes and grabs the data from the Elastic, and then I would need to think how to modify it and extend the API to have an extra optional parameter, and then just pass that parameter to filter out. Once again, even now I can filter out, but I don't want to do the suboptimal job because I can filter out after I get the data. That would be silly. What I want to do, I want Elastic to work harder. What's that?
Right?
What's that?
Let Elasticsearch do the work instead of us.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Exactly right. Exactly right. Yeah. Yep. Cool. I thank you so much for helping.
Hey, no problem.
All right. Cool. Have a good day.
Ciao.
Okay. Bye.